Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. My name is Kaylee and I'm an INFJ 9-wing 1. And I am sorry that I've been gone for so long. So I have moved about 3,000 miles across the United States. And it turns out that is very time consuming. But I am back and I'm kind of settling in around here. So I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to be uploading consistently again. With that being said, I hope you guys have been doing well and I look forward to talking with you guys a lot more coming up. Today's video we're going to be talking about Enneagram type 9 with motivation versus evading pain and how they can look similar but they're completely opposite. Okay? Alright. So, we're going to be talking about what it looks like when a 9 is motivated to do something versus when a 9 is doing something because they're trying to evade the pain of not doing it. So kind of where you're coming from when you're doing something as a 9. So I made a little list. I have it down here, so if I'm looking down here, that's it. So my first little bullet points for motivation, what it feels like to be motivated as a type 9. So what it feels like to be motivated is when you are just constantly thinking about this certain thing because you're excited about it. When you are trying to make this thing, say it's a project you're working on, when you're trying to make it better, and it doesn't really matter to you the amount of work that might have to go into it. You want it to be perfect. Another thing is wanting to talk about it with other people. So I think that's probably a very big one. Just with caring about things along with being motivated to do something. If you really care about something as a 9, you will want to talk about it with other people. So I think it's common for 9s, especially 9-wing 1s, to not really want or maybe kind of feel embarrassed to talk about the things they care about. Kind of just feeling like they don't have a right to take up that much space or they don't have a right to push their interest on other people. But if you really are motivated about something or you really care about it, you'll probably end up just talking about it because you kind of forget about all the other things. You forget about feeling like you're going to be in the way a little bit, and you just feel like you really care about this thing enough that you want to talk about it. That's not always the case, but it's pretty common when you feel motivated to do something. Another thing is you will do whatever work it takes to accomplish it. This is kind of dependent just on you specifically, but for most 9s, when they feel motivated to do something, there is a lot of procrastination when they have something that they want to do. Like, I want to say I want to sew a dress. I might feel very motivated to sew it after I make a sketch of it and I see this is really what I like. This is what I'm excited for it to exist. I need to make it. And if you're really motivated to do it, you will complete it, most likely, because you'll keep that motivation up. So I think for 9s, it's really good if you can try to get it done as quickly as possible when you're excited about a task. Because when you're not excited about a task, even if it's something that you like, it's the same dress, I want to make the same dress, but I drew the sketch a week ago and I was really excited and I didn't have the time to do it until now. Well, now it kind of feels like a lot of work. Because when you lose a little bit of that motivation and that inertia, it feels like it's a lot more work than it is fun anymore. So when you are motivated, try to cultivate that motivation and use it when you have it. And when you use your motivation when you have it, you're kind of rewarding yourself for feeling motivated by completing a task and seeing you can do things and you enjoy the things when you do them. So I'd say if you feel motivated to do something, you want to start your diet and your workout routine, start right now. If you feel motivated to do it, start right when you feel motivated, and you'll start getting in a routine of it. You might start getting into a habit of doing it, and you show yourself you can actually do it. If you want to start reading new books, then if you're feeling motivated to do it, but it might be a little bit late, well then maybe just set a timer and read for 30 minutes and reward yourself with doing the thing that you feel the motivation to do. Okay, and then one of my last points for this is you feel unstoppable. You feel like there's nothing really that big of a deal that's going to get in your way from doing it. No matter what, you're going to be able to pull through. Remember, 9s are optimists, so even if you can logically say, oh, there's a lot of things that could get in the way of me and doing this thing, you can still kind of feel like, but that's not really gonna happen to me, because you are still an optimist, and I like the saying, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So, you're ready for if something bad happens, but just don't be focused on what bad might happen. And if you are feeling excited about something, if you think you might want to start a new project or start a new hobby or something, then just do it right now. So the comparison I have for motivation is a very common thing 9s use to get things done, and that is evading pain. So that's kind of where you see common 9s going to 6, where it's not so much that they want to do something as much as they want to evade the consequences of not doing it. So the difference between feeling motivation to work out and evading the pain of not working out is something like, I have a goal of wanting to, have abs, versus my pants are getting tight and I don't want to have to buy new pants. So the difference is setting a goal and wanting it, having this picture in your mind and going for it and not letting anything get in your way, versus being like, I don't really want to have to deal with the problems I'll have if I don't do it. So that is a big difference. Even though it can lead you towards the same thing. Usually with feeling motivated though, you're going to go 10 times further because you want to do it. But you'll go in the same direction. So kind of some key tips on how to figure out if the reason why you're doing something is because you're motivated or if you're evading pain. Say some of the things to find out if you're evading pain would be anytime you think about it, if it's causing you stress or like sadness and even physical pain. Thinking about doing some chores gives me physical pain. I'm like, no, I'm probably just gonna need to take a nap, maybe read a book, drink a nice cup of tea, and then I'll feel motivated, waiting for the motivation to kick in, which it never will. But yeah, thinking about it can cause you discomfort, mental, physical, emotional, all that good stuff. Next would be just wanting to get it over with. If you need to just get it over with, be done with it, you don't really care how it turns out, honestly. It's more of just it being taken care of, done, so you don't have to think about it, you don't have to deal with it, just get it done. The next thing would be quality is not a priority. That goes in line with just wanting to get it done, but yeah, quality might get skimped on a little bit. Even as a 9-wing 1, like even with that 1 wing, you still might not really care about the quality so much. Your project or your thing or your task might end up being okay, but it's definitely not going to be done with 110%. Another thing is you're doing it usually with some type of pressure or peer pressure behind it. So if you're not really feeling the motivation to do it, you're not feeling motivation to do something, then it's probably going to take some type of pressure or social pressure. Your parents, your family, your friends, your boss, your coworkers, what are they going to think if I don't do it? It's really not good if I don't do it. They're going to, some kind of accountability is going to push you to do it. So it's not so much that you are getting up and doing the thing as much as you feel like you have this force just like bursting inside of you, pushing you to do it. And that is an uncomfortable situation to be in because the thing still needs to get done. So if the thing needs to get done regardless, then you might say, well, it doesn't really matter if I can feel motivation to do it, or if I if I'm just doing it so I don't evade the consequences. That's why I go to work. I hate my job, but I don't want to be homeless. So yes, it does still need to be done no matter what, but you don't need to be miserable and you don't need to hate your life. So if you can find ways of cultivating motivation in yourself and also notice what you're doing. Are you doing it because you want to do it and you're motivated to do it, or are you doing it because you have pressure pushing you to do it? So I'd say I have an example of a time that I was evading pain of consequences and I got a ton of stuff done. I was in college working on some math class, which math is not my favorite, but I was working on my math and I already didn't like the class and I did not want to pay. It was like a hybrid class, so most of the work was done online and we went into class in person. And I did not want to pay an extra $100 for an online access code to do my schoolwork. So I used the 2-week free trial to do all of my work, all of it. And my family even went on a vacation while my 2-week trial was going on, and I only went to half, after the 2-week trial was up, I went and met them on the vacation, but I didn't go for the first half of vacation because I was getting my math done. And it started with me feeling motivated. I was motivated to just do it all because I did not want to pay. But after doing about half of the work, I was just exhausted with it. I think I spent 17 hours one day doing math because I just had a day off and I thought, I'm getting this done. And it was more about halfway through, I had lost my inertia, lost the motivation to do it, but still wanted to get it done. I was not going to pay $100 after doing half of my math work. Was not going to happen. So I kind of felt like I was slipping into this kind of 6 mindset of oh, I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking about math. I have to do it. And I feel frantic if I'm not doing it. I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not doing it. And kind of feeling uneasy and panicky about it. And, I just put in so much work for this, but I did not feel enjoyment or happiness or rewarded. I did not feel good about it. I just wanted to get it done. I was just tired of it, but I was doing it. So that, and I'd say the key word for what I was doing that week with my math, or those 2 weeks with my math, was I was doing my math. sure, I was learning some things, but I was doing my math. I was not encouraged to do it, other than I just put the pressure on myself to do it, and I did it. And that, I think that is one time in my life that is a very clear example of not wanting the consequences of doing something versus, having motivation to do it. So if you can think of any moments in your life where you have had motivation to do something, think about the feelings that you had when you were doing it. Like, okay, maybe you accidentally lost like 5 or 6 pounds, you didn't really notice, and then you were like, oh my goodness, I look really good, maybe I should start working out, I feel like I could take over the world now. And that is if you've had that kind of thing, you might feel motivation. That's what motivation feels like, versus if you are like, okay, yeah, I go to work every day and I hate it. No, I don't hate it. I love my job. It's good, I guess. That feeling might not be a very happy feeling. And it can be difficult because it's a term everybody uses so much when talking about nines, but when you wake up to it, it's uncomfortable. It's really like the Matrix. It's really like the Matrix of you just woke up to a whole life that you didn't even realize you were living. Hopefully that isn't, the case for all you nines out there, but there might be a time in your life where you're experiencing that of, you ended up doing a bunch of things you didn't really want to do because you had a lot of pressure on you to do it. Whether you put the pressure there on, you put the pressure there yourself, or other people put the pressure on you. Try to find things that motivate you, that you're excited about. There's probably a list of things that you've kind of always wanted to do, or you think it's really cool when other people do them. What if you started doing those things? What if you started doing the things you admire when other people do them, and then start to admire yourself? As simply as I can put it, if you like yourself and you like the life that you're living, it's not going to feel difficult and painful and hard to do things. It doesn't matter if you are feeling under the weather, feeling kind of sick and tired, you'll still, you're not going to dread doing something even if you don't feel good, because, dread is, you shouldn't be living your life in a state of constant dread. Just don't do it. Don't let the circumstances in life dictate your happiness, and what other people want for you in life to dictate your happiness, and, not just happiness, but joy and your path in life. So if you're letting other people and other circumstances dictate your path in life and your happiness in life, you need to be aware that that's what's happening, because you need to be aware and say, okay, this is what's happening and I'm okay with it, and then, now you're happy about it. But that's probably not going to happen. What will probably happen is, if you notice, I'm letting the circumstances in life control my life. I'm not really purposely adding anything to my life that I really care about. I'm just going through the motions. Then when you notice that, you can do something about it. When you do something about it, you're going to feel more joy in life. You feel more joy in life, you'll want to do more in life. Okay? So life is good. Life is great. There's a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense. But nonsense doesn't mean bad. Apathy is not good. Pain, you can grow from pain. Apathy is not good. Don't choose apathy. It's really easy, and you might be tempted, but just stay conscious and stay aware, and know that you are a person who deserves, you owe it to yourself. You have the responsibility to take care of yourself, and you are responsible for treating yourself well and the other people in your life well. So just remember that. And when you think about motivation and when you think about evading from pain, try to figure out what you're doing in different circumstances. Okay? All right, that's pretty much all I have for today's video, and I will see you guys soon. I will be back with some more videos up pretty quickly, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, bye.